Hello and welcome to The Hero's Word. I'm Andre, and today I am super excited to introduce my friend and pal, artist extraordinaire Ken Lashley, who dropped in on us unsuspectedly for Free Comic Book Day. And wow, did he ever blow the fans away, sketching, signing, being generous with all his arts and prints, telling great stories of all his travels within the industry, and giving people little bits of hints and tips about being an artist. So, Ken, welcome to our show. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for dropping by. First things up, I want to ask you what you're working on right now, and I want you to tell our viewers what's got you super stoked.
I'm working on the new Milestone relaunch with Reggie Hudlin, and I'm working on Icon and Rocket.
Nice.
It's coming out, I can't say when, but it should be soon. I'm also doing some cool stuff with Hasbro. I'm doing some package illustrations for the new X-Men line, X-Men Legends line. I've done a few in the past. I've done one X-Men guy, wings, kind of metal, did that one.
Okay.
A woman who's kind of blue, can shift. I mean, those are the ones I'm working on now.
Yeah.
You might recognize me right now.
She could change her clothes and appearance. Yeah. We won't mention any names, but she's kind of mysterious.
A little bit mysterious.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. You guys can think about it.
So we're doing that, and what else is going on? Some other cool stuff. Another company has approached me about something really top secret, but I'll make an announcement in probably about a month or so.
Okay.
It's really cool, super cool, and there's a movie tie-in.
Wow, pretty excellent, pretty awesome stuff. So for those of you who don't know, Milestone was an imprint that came out in the early to mid 90s, and it featured superheroes of different ethnicities, and it was really cool to see. It was a great line, and now DC's bringing it back.
Well, the same people are involved. You know, some changes here and there, but they've been talking to me for about 5 or 6 years about bringing it back, and they approached me, and at the time I was working on X-Men, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I really want to. X-Men was my first love in the comic book business. And I really thought about it, and then eventually I came to the conclusion that anybody could draw X-Men, and I think it's important that I do Milestone and give it a good, I'm doing the launch title, so it's going to be really important that it's, that I do it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things you could always, there's certain milestones in your career, and this is one of the milestones. I'm really a milestone.
Milestone right there, yeah.
And thinking that I really want to do this, and as an artist of color, I think it's really important.
And I think it's now's the time, because comic books and creators are more visible now. Mm-hmm. People can identify with the people behind their favorite superheroes, and it's the right time to reinvigorate and reinvent Milestone's heroes. And again, we have one of the most talented artists of color drawing this book, and it's the flagship book. So I'm very excited about that.
I don't know how true that is, but I'll take it. But from my perspective, it's working with Reggie Hudlin. Jim Lee calls you and says, "Hey, you want to come on board? We really need you to do this." And then you think about it. Jim Lee's calling your house and asking you to be part of it. And you're like, okay, I should really do this, or think about it at least, and give it some real thought. At first, I wasn't going to do it. I was just going to do covers, but then I started really thinking about it, and I go, what's next? And what an opportunity it is to, pick my own team, have my own people. The colorist is my favorite colorist in the business working with me. Mm-hmm. Reggie Hudlin's scripts, I have complete autonomy to do what I want within the scripts. So why wouldn't I get a chance to do that, right? Yeah. So off I go.
Wicked. So let's talk a little bit about your contributions to one of the biggest movies ever. Black Panther.
That's awesome.
So can you tell the folks out there what you added to his mythos that we got to see on the silver screen?
Well, Shiri was in front and foremost, but I got to draw her story when she actually wore the Black Panther suit for the first time, and I actually designed the suit. Hopefully the next number 2 she'll put on the suit and you get to see it.
Right on.
But it's a great opportunity for me. It was getting a chance to work on Black Panther. Black Panther was one of the first books that my mother ever bought me, and I really kind of took to it. I don't think she read the book before she gave it to me, because the book was Black Panther fighting the KKK. So I don't think she read it. But it was exciting for me as a black kid in Toronto to be able to read the characters that look like me. So if you had a chance to work on Black Panther as a professional, a great opportunity, and to see some of the things that I designed or worked on screen is really amazing. There was a scene where within the Deadly Species where Shiri meets a Panther God, and that scene almost exactly is in the first part of the movie where the Panther God walks out, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. So I mean, it's great to see things that you had a hand in come to life on screen, you know. So it's I love it.
Yeah. So on the movie front, we just see Marvel killing it with Infinity War. Yeah. Can you tell us a story about how you got the inside scoop on that?
Well, okay. So I do a lot of illustration work for Hasbro, and Hasbro flew me out to work on some stuff for the Avengers 4. So I got to find out what happened in Avengers 3, sort of, and it was awesome, but the worst thing ever. It was great because you get it was wicked, and then right? So then you can't unsee what you've seen. But it was really hard keeping it a secret. My family didn't want to know. Nobody in my circle wanted to know, and I wasn't going to tell them anyway. But it was like nobody wanted to know. So, but it was exciting to go to the movie and see it for the first time. But it's kind of what's going to happen, and how it's going to play out. Part of you is like, oh, this is exciting, but I'm just waiting for the scenes that I know are going to happen. I didn't know exactly how it was going to play out, but I know exactly what was going to happen. And it's also cool to know how it gets resolved a little bit. So I can't tell you anymore.
All right. We will,
but it's awesome.
Mum's the word, but it's going to be as good, if not better, than what we've seen, right?
It's an epic piece of storytelling. I'll leave it at that. I mean, I was stunned. It was pretty cool. I mean, it's good to work on this stuff anyway. I mean, it's so exciting. But at the same time, it's like to go there, Hasbro, and see them working on it. And those guys are so gangster. Hasbro guys, like, they live with it. They know the story. They're like walking around talking about it. And I'm like, what? Because they live with it every day. Yeah, right? So I'm just visiting, right?
To them, it's nothing, right?
To them, that's just Tuesday. For me, it's like, what are you talking about, right? So, but it was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so the inner geek in me wants to know what was your favorite either part or character in Infinity War?
Okay, I got a weird story to tell you. I was doing a show in Edinburgh. And I said, they're filming Avengers around the corner. I go, what? What do you mean? What? So I was like, I'm not gonna go. I mean, like, what the chances are? And they're filming it at a train station. I was like, oh, okay. No, you don't think about those things. We're not going to go to the set to embarrass ourselves. Yeah. The movie comes out, and the scene they filmed was the first time Ebony Maw, they find those guys in the train station.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, that's my favorite scene in the whole movie, right? And I was like, man, I would have loved, now thinking back, I was so close to it. Right?
You could have been there. You could have been there.
That was my favorite scene in the movie. I think that scene, when they set the tone of how they've worked together for so long, they're like a great fighting. That was my favorite part of the whole movie.
And the thing I loved about that particular scene was it was all the humans.
Yeah.
And you saw them beating aliens, and that scene where Cap just throws the staff to Black Widow and she does her little thing and then it tossed back. Man. Yeah, it was some great fight choreography.
And was it me, or is it Black Widow got a lot more skill? Like Black Widow's got like crazy skill almost. Like
she's angry.
She good?
Yeah,
but I was like, wow, okay, Black Widow. She looked amazing.
Yeah.
She looked amazing. I loved her in the movie.
I gotta say, for me, my favorite part in that, and my favorite character was just Doctor Strange telling it to Tony. Just straight.
You don't like Tony.
Dude, come on now.
You don't like Tony very much. Tony's not your boy.
You know what? I gotta say, everybody knows is like Iron Man is like my favorite Avenger, favorite superhero. He's the one guy that I've collected every issue. But when Downey got to play him and then just never came across as a dude you'd want to hang out with. You know, he never got humble. Like you go back and you watch Doctor Strange and he loses his hands, and then by the halfway through that movie he meets the Ancient One and he's like, teach me, and he's humble. And then at the end of the movie, you know, he's trying to convince Mordo. He's like, come back, and he's humbled. And you saw that transition. And Tony, I'm like, dude, you've had 5 movies to be humble, and you still like, I'm the center of attention, me. And I guess that's how they want to play it, but that's not how I say my Iron Man.
Okay. Honestly, I didn't really the Doctor Strange movie, to me, I never really connected with him. Mm-hmm. I never really liked him as a character. I thought, wow, when's he going to be a nice guy? And then it was over.
Yeah.
But in this movie, I loved that character. Yes. I thought he was the right balance, and I just thought his attitude was amazing. I just loved that character in this movie.
Yes.
So he was probably my favorite character in the movie. I would say.
I will second that. It was pretty cool. And I gotta say, like, realistically, you know, I do have some quibs with the movie, but man, they did a fantastic job.
That's
a lot of
stuff.
characters to juggle, and they did it really, really well.
Everyone got their screen time.
Everybody got a little bit, and also too, if you're a comic book reader, you probably picked up on some stuff that you read, and you say, hey, wait, why is this character not here? So I think they left enough, to reel us back. Not like we weren't going to see it again, or also check out the next part.
Yeah, you have to see the next part.
So
and you have to see Ant-Man before you see the next part.
Oh, Ant-Man and Wasp is a must-see?
It's a must-see.
You've heard it here, folks. You have to go see Ant-Man and Wasp.
Because it's a Marvel movie. It's good.
Well, yeah, and people are going to go see it anyway, right?
But it's good.
Well,
it's a must-see.
That is super, super exciting to hear. I always like to ask my guests and friends some comic book questions out. Now, Ken, if you don't know, has been in the industry for a very long time.
6 or 7 months.
Yeah, 6 or 7 months. He's new. He's new. If he was playing a video game, he'd be called a noob.
I'm a noob. I'm a button smasher.
But I like to throw in some questions about. You get to take one character from the Marvel universe and stick him into the DC universe.
Okay.
And then you get to do the flip. You get to take a DC character and flip him into the Marvel universe.
Okay. I would like to see Doctor Strange and Fate.
Ooh.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Who's the champion of the arts? The other way, I think Deathstroke and Punisher would be cool.
Wow.
I think Deathstroke and Punisher would be.
And both of those guys actually have been seen on the small screen, right? We had him, Deathstroke, big part of the Arrow, and then Punisher in the Marvel Netflix stuff. So, wow, that's actually a pretty good.
I'd see those. I'd see that.
Man, could you imagine seeing Punisher just keep taking what Deathstroke is throwing at him and just getting up because he just doesn't want to go down?
Yeah.
That's some really, really good things.
I love Deathstroke. I love the look of Deathstroke.
Very.
I love the visual. I think the beautiful visuals. As an artist, there's so much there to latch on to.
And those colors, the combination, one of the best costumes, even the classic ones. And,
the classic ones.
And that's a perfect segue because you have got a lot of love for the classic artists.
I am old school. My favorite is I like Barry Windsor-Smith, John Buscema. I love those old school guys. Guys who could really draw, make you feel bad about yourself. When you look at their work, you go, "Oh my gosh, I'm a terrible artist." These guys are so good. Those are the guys that I gravitated to. I mean, just García-López. I mean, because it's so. My daughters are wearing all these Wonder Woman shirts, and I go, "Do you know who drew that?" And I go, "Oh, did you draw it?" I go, "No, it's García-López." And it's good for kids and to people to know. Even when people come up to me and shows and they're wearing t-shirts, I sometimes ask them, "Do you know who drew that?" Yeah, and something they go, "What?" And I say, I sometimes educate them on the shirt you're wearing was drawn by this person.
Check out their art.
Check out their stuff. Right?
Read their book, grab their trade. Because the nice thing about the classic artists is it's realistically the foundation of everything. Those guys were the trailblazers, the originators, and it's good to see them getting some due. But I think there's always more that they can raise up.
The greatest compliment I ever received from anybody was when I first started in the business very early on. I was drawing pictures in Pittsburgh, and I was drawing, and I felt two hands on my shoulder, and I heard someone say, "Kid, you sure can draw." And I turned around, and it was Kurt Swan.
Oh,
and I was like, "Whoa!"
Wow.
You know what I mean? It was. Of all the compliments I've ever received, that was the greatest compliment.
That must have felt really, really.
Although
nice.
he was being kind because I can't draw that well. I'm getting there, but it was one of those things where it was unbelievable.
Let me ask you, aside from, because I know you're a big X-Men guy and you've done that, what is your, dream project? Something that you might never have yet to work on.
I would love to do a run on, like everybody else, a run on Batman would be something I think I'd love to do. And I'd love to draw Silver Surfer. I would love to draw a classic Silver Surfer. I think that would be, if I could get those two things done, I think I'd be done with it. I think I'd be done. I'd be okay.
Retire.
I would be okay. I would be okay to retire. And then of course my own things and my own ideas that I'm working on, and I've been doing this for so long that you have to find the time to really work on your own things. And I have a great opportunity right now. So
very interesting.
So it's very interesting right now. It's a good time.
So we've got the possibility of some
who knows,
some Lashley projects, some creator-owned IPs out there.
Yeah,
very cool.
I made some good friends in this business.
Nice.
So it's time to, they're talking to me about it, so it's time to let's roll.
Well, that is amazing. Honestly, folks, if you've never met Ken Lashley and you have the opportunity to meet him at conventions, this guy is a globetrotter. You've got to check it out. He is literally the nicest man in comics, one of the most talented men in comics, but he's so humble, he's not going to admit it. So do yourself a favor, check out his art. Where can they find you online?
I'm on Instagram at Ledkilla, LEDKILLA. I have my site coming up soon, Ledkilla Boom. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have gear. I can wear my hats right now. It's just fun. It's fun stuff. But I mean, most of the time I do a lot of tutorials in there, and I'm also starting a Twitch channel. Ledkilla TV.
Very cool. So you've heard it here.
So I'm going to be, I got it all set up. I'm doing some tests right now, but it should be probably about a month or so. I should be rolling by then. Yeah, so things are good.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Ken, for coming down to Heroes World. That's been the Heroes Word, and I hope you check out Ken's stuff because you won't be disappointed. If you enjoyed this video, check out the 2 that Uatu the Watcher has selected. Don't forget to subscribe. You'll never miss the latest Heroes Word.